Anthem. We love it. Please keep sending in your photos to friends@foxnews.com.
So many.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. So many all-American cuties, as that little girl's shirt said, throughout that, all the photos. Young.
He also told his supporters to protest and, quote, take our nation back. In a new column for The Atlantic, Tom Nichols writes, quote, let us begin with the obvious thing that just happened. This morning, Donald Trump threatened to summon a mob for the second time in 2 years to his defense. Trump.
Un-American. And Trump's former vice president, Mike Pence, is also condemning the potential indictment as a political witch hunt.
I'm taken aback at the idea of indicting a former president of the United States at a time when there's a crime wave in New York City. That the fact that the
indicted, something we've never seen before. They've indicated they believe he will turn himself in. We'll see him at court in Lower Manhattan, and that they'll try to handle things as kind of normally as possible for a situation that lacks any precedent in the American criminal justice system. Now, his political advisors are thrilled at this moment. Quite honestly, they are doing everything they can to turn this to his political advantage. He's fundraising off of it. They're trying to essentially freeze or force his political rivals within the Republican Party to either pick Trump or a Democratic DA in New York City, sort of.
This is as, meanwhile, people are saying, the charges don't really seem to add up. They don't seem to make sense. So much so that House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has said and tweeted, here we go again. An outrageous abuse of power by a radical DA who lets violent criminals walk as he pursues political vengeance against President Trump. I'm directing relevant committees to immediately investigate if federal funds are being used to subvert our democracy by interfering in elections with politically motivated prosecutions.
Yeah, it's not just Republicans who are upset. Apparently, the reports are that the Manhattan DA office is divided, that this looks a lot like what the FBI looked like under Russiagate, where the top guys, remember, Alvin Bragg is a Soros-funded DA. These are political people, highly radical, and they want this to happen. And everybody else underneath is going, there's really nothing here. They see it for what it is, which is a political prosecution. And I think it's interesting how you mentioned that Donald Trump got this standing ovation. This may end up having the opposite effect that these radicals that are trying to continue their persecution of Donald Trump. I think it could have the opposite effect.
It has so far.
Yeah, it has.
In
Absolutely.
every wild goose chase after Donald Trump, it has added up to Wile E. Coyote. I mean, almost every single attempt to bring Donald Trump down has exploded in the face of his pursuer.
In politics, especially campaigning, we use this term "baked in." What's baked into that candidate? If you're a convicted felon that got out and are running to lead a party, that's baked in, right? You can't hurt somebody on something that you already know about them, that you already kind of have assessed. With Donald Trump, the story itself with Stormy Daniels and all of that kind of goes into the persona he had before he ran for president. So that's not going to hurt him from a moral or ethical standpoint. Right. The idea that he's being, and Republicans are running with this, and Donald Trump tweeted that he's being politically prosecuted, I think people see that. That's baked in because they saw it for 4 years of his presidency. He was impeached twice. Neither time did it stick, really. It didn't go to the Senate. And so what are we looking at? We're looking at a bunch of Republicans on one side that say, hey, this is a fully politically motivated prosecution. And you have Democrats on the other side that are trying to
one, two, three,
line and saying, no, this is accountability. No one's exempt from the law. The problem is, as all of our legal experts that we've had on has told us, this seems like a state district attorney trying to prosecute over federal charges that the federal government decided not to prosecute over.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
Him to self-surrender. He will not be arrested. As he said,
he won't be arrested.
The leaks say that I'm going to be arrested on Tuesday. I guarantee you there will be no arrest procedure, and that the only leaks came from him. In terms of the process, the grand jury...
Okay, we'll see. Tuesday.
District Attorney's Office to face any potential charges. Sources telling Miller that they certainly would likely be away from the crowds, away from the cameras, given the publicity. But this all just speaks to the fascinating and unprecedented nature of what is happening behind the scenes as we wait to see what the grand jury's next step will be. Amber?
Yeah. let's wait and see what the grand jury's next step will be. All right.